Hey, you. Yeah, you. Welcome to the Malaka podcast.
First day of school. Fuck, I hate school. I always hated school. I'm not gonna lie. I mean, there were times I liked it, I guess. You know, you get to chill with your friends and then you get to skip school but I don't know. Me personally, I never really enjoyed school. In many ways, school is just a babysitter until you find out what you're made of, and then from there, you move on with the rest of your life. Now, a lot of people, they like to procrastinate and just stall time until they figure out what the fuck they want to do, and then they figure out what they want to do, and I don't want to do this for the rest of my life, and then they fucking bitch all the time, and Jesus Christ, just fucking man up. But I digress. The first day of school, on the other hand, could be fun. You could go in there and, you see your friends that you haven't seen for a while, or the ones you don't drink or smoke weed with during the summer. You get to meet your new teachers or teacher, Depends how school is going these days. I wouldn't know. I've been there since the zeros or the 2000s or however the fuck you say it. And I'm told school is pretty overcrowded these days. I mean, for a while it was when I went. You go into a class, there could be 5 people, there could be not enough chairs or desks for the people. I mean, who knows? It's pretty crazy, I don't know what to tell you. But I will tell you who does know is Wikipedia, the free encyclopedia. The first day of school is the first day of an academic year. This is usually in August or September in the Northern Hemisphere and January or February in the Southern Hemisphere, but differs from country to country. That's it? That's all you guys got? There's not, well, hold on, okay. In the United States, here we go. Educational policy is determined primarily at the state level and at the level of individual school districts. Therefore, there is no one particular day on which all schools start. During much of the 20th century, it was common for schools to start shortly after Labor Day. And in some areas of the United States, this is still the norm. However, it has become increasingly common for schools to start earlier in August or even late July. For example, in some states, school starts on the last Monday of the month. Fuck, that sucks. I mean, in Canada, we just start sometime early September. It's usually after the long weekend, after the exhibition is done, I guess. I don't know, when everyone's full on funnel cake. I mean, that's when school starts, I guess. Oh, by the way, the exhibition is this like carnival of stuff where they have all these rides and they charge like $15 for an awesome blossom. But it's still cool. Don't worry. You get to play all these games and shit. It's cool. Yeah. So, I mean, wow, that sucks, man. I mean, wow. I mean, look at this. It says here in Japan, the first day of school in Japan for all schools is on either April 7th or 8th. School usually ends on the 24th of March. Holy shit. Giving the students 1 week between the years. School starts in April because that is the time sakura or cherry blossoms start to bloom. I see. Okay, so these kids are in school for basically a year. I mean, it looks like they get maybe, a couple weeks off? Yeah, it's not even during the summer? Okay. I'm not gonna lie to you, this probably explains why Japan is ahead of us 6 years in technology. Or is it 6 months? Maybe it's 6 months. I don't know. But yeah, either way, they're kicking our ass. So, wow, that is a strong work ethic. Wow. Okay, in Greece, it says the first day of school in Greece is September 11th. Ooh. Maybe not the best day to start. Okay. Or the first Monday following if September 11th is on a Saturday or Sunday. Okay, still not the best timing, but okay, it's, I see, okay. In Russia, they got schools in Russia and formerly Soviet Union, of course. If, Rocky IV taught us anything. Historically begin on September 1st. This exact date for the country has been fixed by the decree of the Council of the People's Commissars. Yeah, I said that right. Okay, cool. In 1935 and was established officially by the decree of the Supreme Soviet of the Soviet Union number 3018-X in 1980. In 1984, September 1st was officially declared to be the Knowledge Day. If it falls on Sunday, most schools opt to hold a traditional ceremonial lineup, which symbolically commences the school year and begin actual lessons on Monday. Traditionally, students bring flowers to the teachers. That's right. In Russia, they don't fuck around. I'm telling you, like I've grown up with a couple of Russians. I mean, these guys, they're some tough motherfuckers. And I think that shows a great respect for the teachers. Nowadays, you're pretty much lucky if student doesn't, pull a stone cold stunner on you, which, by the way, I did see on YouTube. And if you ever have the chance to see it, check it out. The teacher was definitely ready for that shit because he ended up literally just dragging the kid probably all the way to the principal's office. But again, there's not much respect. And again, you can't blame them. They're all teenagers. I'm talking about when they go into high school. Now, when you're younger, obviously you're a preteen. You could be in kindergarten playing with the sandbox, shit in there. You got to watch out for the wet spots because back then, I don't know, people didn't give a shit. I'm assuming they still don't now. But the point is, you can't expect everybody to fall in line here, because we're all still growing up at this point and we don't know what the fuck is going on. The only thing I could remember on the first day of school is just make people laugh. If you could make people laugh and try to be friends with big people, because in the end, these will be the people that will protect you, So, again, I don't want to, put anybody in a certain group or anything, but if you see people that are playing board games, more than likely they will not protect you. If you see someone who is part of the football or basketball team, or if someone is going to the gym a lot, maybe, they just got a new stepfather over the summer and they're looking to get some of that rage out. These are the people you want to be friends with. These are the people that will protect you. But sometimes it doesn't always work out like that. When I was in kindergarten, I was a very long time ago. The 80s were a crazy time. I didn't have the best TV shows. I mean, it was always a, happy-go-lucky shit. I mean, thank God for Married with Children. But anyways, there was this one kid who was, I don't know what his problem was. I mean, he was just, I don't know, he was a dick. But basically, he would, push people around. And, he was one of the bigger guys in the class, of course. And, he figured at a young age he can basically, control a lot of people. So he didn't pick on me yet because, I mean, maybe he was going alphabetically, first name. I'm not sure, but he eventually got to me, and at one point he started pushing me, and I really didn't fight him, but it was one of those just things where the best way I could describe it is if you ever see the Hulk in the one movie that Ed Norton did, where he literally just clapped just once and he held his hands together and just all the shit just moved forward. It was like the ultimate sonic boom. And I pushed all my weight into my arms, my hands, my fingertips, and I pushed the guy. And I pushed the guy so hard, he went flying back and he fell into a garbage can head first. And it was phenomenal. I'm not gonna lie. The teacher was there. I think her assistant was there too. And they couldn't actually like lift up the garbage can, so they kind of just like placed it on the side and they kind of just like pulled him out from the side. And let me tell you something. Hand to God, when they pulled him out of the garbage can, he literally had a banana peel on his head. Ladies and gentlemen, you can't write this shit. After that, he never bothered me. So, what did we learn? If a bully comes at you, you come at them. Now, a lot of times, it doesn't always work out like that. A lot of times, you get to know someone and they're friends. And then, you play, ball hockey in recess. Do they still have recess in schools? I don't know. Who gives a shit? I don't know. But anyways, by the way, recess is this thing where, there was a break in between classes or in between every other class. And I gave the kids a chance to go outside and play and not be supervised. It's always a good job. And it gave the chance to teachers to, I don't know, maybe have a smoke or drink, whatever. I'm not judging. Anyways. So I was playing, the ball, hockey, whatever, because we didn't have phones. And my one buddy accidentally pushed me. Maybe he did it on purpose. I don't know. And then I pushed him back and I instigated the fight. And after that, I learned two things. One, never pick a fight with a Chinese guy because you don't know which one of these guys knows karate. And two, don't start shit for no reason because there's no point. Although I did get to miss a couple days of school, which was awesome. Any days I could look for to get out of school for a while and just watch some cartoons, I'm right there. So, what did we learn there? Don't start shit for no reason. Boom. Third fight. All three fights I've ever actually been, real fights. Like, I don't count my jobs or whatever, all that shit. But, they all involve school for some reason. But this is how boring school was. I don't know. We had nothing to do but, fight and play quarters in the bathroom. I'll explain that game in a bit. But, so then the third one was, again, a big guy. He was black. I don't know. It doesn't matter what color he is. But he, grabbed me and he started like kind of wailing on me there. And I didn't know what else to do. And so I just, I did what every great soccer player does. Just kick the ball really hard. In this case, balls. And it was a beautiful, swift kick right in his balls. He was... I don't know. I think he had a couple kids after, but I don't know. But anyways, and then after that, I just ran. So I don't know. What do we learn from that? Worst case scenario, if you're in a fight, it's okay to kick him in the balls. I mean, it doesn't matter. If the movie Mortal Kombat taught me anything, is that one, they actually can make one good video game movie, and two, the first move, just hit him in the balls. That's it. That's all you gotta fucking do. It's great, So, yeah, just do that and you'll be okay. Now that I've taught you how to make friends in school, now now I'm going to teach you how to pick a course you might actually like. Now, I'm not going to lie to you, I wasn't really interested in anything in school. I, I really don't remember anything I learned in school. I really don't, you know. I remember, uh, kicking somebody in the balls. That was a big one. And then I also remember I took like an art class or something, and she told me that water isn't a design because it's not organized. Like to this day, that has not helped me in any situation that I've ever been in my life. Paying rent, paying taxes, you know, nothing, like literally nothing. So, water's better when it's cold. I don't give a shit what anybody says. The point is, just pick something that you're interested in. That first day of school, I mean, you're going to figure out all your courses and all that. And, you can always change them, I think in the next week or two or something like that. I used to. I used to go to like my guidance counselor, and I don't know, he sort of helped me, but not really. I don't know. Like every time I think about guidance counselor, I always think of that dude from South Park, Mr. Mackey. Okay. And I don't. I just it's just it's just hard to take these guys seriously. I don't know. Yeah. Pick something that you're interested in. If you're athletic, go with the whole athletic shit. If you're good at throwing a football and then doing math, then yeah, just pick that. Don't try to be someone you're not. That's what I'm trying to tell you. If you are gonna stay in school, after the first day, try to pick something that'll really, that'll keep you fucking awake. Yeah, there were times too. I couldn't even stay awake in class. Like we would fall asleep in class. We had a teacher that would literally like throw shit at us. It was different in the '90s. It was teachers that didn't give a shit, then it was good music, and it just really, it was an eye opener. Nowadays, because it's like, oh shit, like we had it. Yeah, we had it like. Yeah, we didn't have it good back then, I know all these. The guy who would throw shit. He was a big guy. He was a big fat guy, But then he would leave you alone if you would just do the work, But he'd make fun of you. Like he would tell you to, like if he ever caught you wearing a hat, he would tell you to throw it in the garbage. And then like we were dicks, and like we would throw shit on top of, the person's hat in the garbage because we were all dicks. And monkey see, monkey do, right? So. Yeah, just also if you like to do something, I guess what I'm trying to say here is actually do the work, and more than likely teachers will fuck off. It's yeah, it's a good thing. I don't know if you like to draw, pick art. I guess I don't know. Does anybody like math? And nobody likes math. I hated math. Math, science, it sucks. I don't know, it's just boring. I don't know. Space is supposed to be this cool thing, I don't know. But then you watch these space shows and Star Wars, Star Trek, whatever the fuck. I get bored. I don't know. And it was crazy too, because going back to my crazy teachers, which by the way, there'd be lawsuits up the ass nowadays. But anyways, I had a science teacher. And this guy was just fucking crazy. He was a very tall man. He was old, but he was very lengthy, I guess. Very. I looked like an old Gumby, I guess, whatever. For those of you who don't know who a Gumby is, it's a character that Eddie Murphy would make fun of. But anyways, yeah. So this guy, he was he had a very weird voice too. He would go. Hey, how you guys doing? He kind of like a Clint Eastwood thing going there, but he had big ass glasses, so it was like a I don't know. Clint Eastwood was like a retired science nerd, I guess. I don't know, but and of course, the voice is trippy at first, and then you get bored, and he's talking about beakers and gases and shit. And then, we would talk during the lesson, and then like he would just stop us. He'd be like,
Gentlemen, please.
and it was just like he would do that every time. But then it was a slow build. Like it would get faster, and he would get angrier. Then at one point he'd be like,
Gentlemen, please.
and then other points he'd be like,
Gentlemen, please.
and then at other times he would just like, just bang on the table, and he would just turn around, and he would do it like so fast too, because we'd be like, whatever, Seinfeld, Simpsons, awesome. So then he would like turn around and just go,
Gentlemen, please.
and at that point we're kind of like, all right, dude, man, switch to decaf. Like this is like not working. And again, like he was like a tall dude. It was like, yeah, like I mean, the guy was pretty threatening. And he's one of these guys that when he gets mad, he has like a grin, big smile from ear to ear. So you can't really take him seriously. And you just can't look at him, and I mean, like you hear the voice, and you're like, oh, I'm scared, but then you look at him, and you're like, this is fucked up. And I remember one time we're watching a movie, and the room is dark, and again we're just talking because I don't know, some movie about fucking I don't know stars, and he's just going up and down the aisles, and we're just talking. And again, like he just looks at us, and at one point he just like stops in the middle of the aisle, turns around, like faces our table, and he goes,
Will you guys just shut the fuck up?
And he slams on the table hard. And like again, like we can't look at him without laughing. I mean, it's like looking at the Joker. Like you just can't do it. But like the funny version, with the cartoon and Mark Hamill, and it's hard not to laugh. So we're all just like looking away. And then at one point, he just looks right into my friend's eyes, and it's like almost nose to nose. And he's like,
You think this is funny? You think this is funny?
And he's literally like pushing the desk like towards him, and like and he's like, huh, you think this is funny? Like literally just pushing it into him, and he's just like trying not to laugh, and he's like, no, no, and of course it's just making it worse. And then finally he just kind of backed off, and he just walked away, into the fucking sunset there. And we're like, what the fuck just happened? Like, this is fucking crazy. Like, I have not been to school in a very long time. Maybe this is just the norm. Maybe this is like, 6 o'clock news shit now. I don't know. I don't know. But this is the shit I grew up with, So all I'm trying to say through all this is if you can avoid science, that'd probably be the best thing. I mean, or at least at the school I went to. I don't know. I mean, I don't know. Like, who knows? And it was crazy too with this guy too. Is I mean, back in the day, I mean, it was like like when white guys were trying to like black, but this was like really bad. I mean, this was like Seth Green shit. This is like when if you ever watched the movie Can't Hardly Wait. He's got like the ski goggles on, and he's got like, pants that could fit the whole Kardashian family in there. He's like, yeah, I got to get some tonight. It's so pathetic. But these two dudes like were just like him, like just on steroids. And again, this guy was a tough motherfucker, the teacher. And, and these dudes would like make fun of like, people in there. I mean, like they knew like this one guy was gay, and they would like make fun of him and shit. They're just being dicks. They're like, oh, say spaghetti, and just make him say all these like weird shit and pick on other people and shit. And it was just weird. And then like, like again, like the teacher kind of stepped in there, he said, you want to do me a favor? You want to step outside and say that? And the guy went outside with the teacher. The teacher came back like 5 minutes later. We didn't see that kid for the rest of the day. Now, the whole night, I'm just laying in my bed. I'm like, am I next? Like, what the fuck is going on here? So, and then I don't know. The kid showed up like a couple days later. I don't know. Maybe he. I don't know. Like, maybe the cast wasn't as big, and maybe it was under his leg. Who knows? But I mean, this is the shit we had to put up with. So again, what did we learn here? if you're not happy with a class, or if you're not happy with a teacher, say something. I keep hearing nowadays that more kids are having sex with their students. Okay? I don't condone that. The point is, all I'm saying is just make sure you're safe. Make sure you pick a class that you're happy with. And be responsible. Okay? You know, if a teacher threatens you with a desk or a hell of a smile, kind of like the smile, like the cat in Alice in Wonderland there, you know, pearly whites, in this case, big ass yellows, just be careful and say something. And pick another class, you know, where you won't be threatened. So, we talked about teachers, picking a good course, and making friends. What else do you got to worry about on the first day of school? I mean, nowadays, I guess, I don't know, maybe they give you shit about being on your phone too much. I mean, I don't know what to tell you. I mean, school can't be that hard nowadays, you know. Although at one point I was learning algebra at grade 11, and then when I spoke to one of my cousins, they were learning in grade 7. So, but nowadays, I don't know, the biggest complaint now, there's not enough space for the kids, the educational equipment's not there, they need more funding. I mean, I don't know. I think it's just going to get to a point where everyone's just going to be homeschooled, you know? Because a lot of kids, I don't know, they skip school anyway. They don't feel like fucking going there anyway. You know, you might as well just stay at home and, I don't know, learn there, you know? I mean, what can you not learn on the internet these days? Can you not learn about the world yet? You know, they say, science class. Okay, all right, I'll go on my phone, learn about the, is the, world round or is it flat, you know, because I'm stupid. I don't know. I don't know. You know, like what else is there to know? Not much. There really isn't. Like I said before, there's so much more to the world than just school. They say in high school you're lost, and then you go to college and university to figure your shit out and figure out who you are. If you don't know who the fuck you are by the time you're, I'm going to say 18, you're probably stupid. I mean, it's just, I'm just going to be honest with you. I mean, you might as well just go out there and start, digging some ditches, building some houses, you know, because there's probably nothing else for you, you know. I mean, deep down, you know what you want to do, you know. You're picking on people for no reason because you're bored, or you're doing extra math problems because, I don't know, your dad doesn't think you're smart enough, but you know you're smart enough, and you're just trying to, you know, please your parents or your stepfather, you know, whatever. Just figure out who you are by yourself, you know. What this has to do with the first day of school, I'll tell you what it has to do with the first day of school. The first day of school is when you figure out everything. You got to read the room. Like when you go into like a classroom, okay, you're going to find out very quickly, okay? Ladies, I'm going to be honest with you, I pretty much got nothing for you. I'm sorry. But for guys, I'll just tell you this. When you go into a room, okay, it doesn't matter if you're 5, 10, or 18, okay? You go into a classroom, okay? Be nice to every single woman that you meet. Doesn't matter. The teacher, your friend, BFF, whatever the fuck it's called. I don't care. Just be nice to everyone. I'm not saying you shouldn't be nice anyway, but again, you don't know which one of these women is going to grow up to be, you know, extremely beautiful. Not that they're not beautiful now. I'm just saying you just don't know, okay? You don't know which one of these people is going to be rich. You don't know. You don't know. More than likely, it's going to be the person that is probably doing something smart on their phone, building an app. I got a friend of mine, his kid is like 10, already building apps and shit. I think the kid's got probably way too much energy and just trying to, unload a lot of his ideas now before he forgets, like we all are in life, But that's it. Just strike when the iron's hot, man. Like if you got an idea for something, just do it. And, surround yourself with good people. I heard this years ago. They say that uh, your five closest friends around you, like take those people, and that's how the rest of the world is going to see you. I did that one time. I'm not friends with any of those people anymore. It just because I was like, Jesus Christ. I mean, like, people must think I'm stupid. Like, this is insane. Like, I can't do this. Now in high school, it's going to be tougher because you're surrounded by a lot of idiots, and you have to see these people every day. It's not like you can avoid them, but you just have no choice. You have to see them. And that's what always sucked about high school for me too. Like, I'm not saying it was a Casanova or nothing, but let's say if you go out with a girl and then, for a couple of weeks, whatever, you have your fun. And then, you gotta keep seeing them throughout the whole school year, You pray that they get transferred or something happens. But I mean, more likely it's not. You might see this person for the next 4 years in high school. Who knows? 5 if you're stupid. It's just the way it is, So first day of school, you go into any classroom, read the room. Okay, make sure, the teacher's cool, your fellow students, peers, whatever the fuck they call them these days, is cool. I guess nowadays, make sure it's got Wi-Fi, because, if the class is boring, then yeah, you gotta pick up the shit, One little trick I always do is, I know they got the white wireless headphones now, and it seems like everyone's got them, but use a Bluetooth, okay? Because an excuse could be that you're expecting a call, but then you can still listen to like music and shit like through your Bluetooth. So do that one as well, and you can say, oh, it's part of my apparel, whatever, it's all that good. So just, I would go with that. That's my thing. So, if everybody gives you shit, just say, hey, it's not on. It's, whatever. Just make up some bullshit, And they also say you should go to the first day of school because, you establish yourself and, everyone goes there at the same time, and, you shouldn't come off vacation a week later. That's bullshit. Just do what makes you comfortable, okay? You miss a couple days because of a vacation, big deal. Who cares, Also, you don't get your first pick of a locker. Who gives a shit? Do people still use lockers or no? I mean, I don't know. Like, I always had a locker. I never used it. I remember that every day at school, I would just always have my shit in my knapsack anyway. Because a lot of times I'd put shit in my locker, and I'd go home, and then I'm like, fuck, I forgot my shit in my locker. So now I'm screwed. And then at the end of the year there, whatever, you clean out the locker. I don't know, like, I got nothing in there. So I don't know, I just basically, it was like a free period for me. So it was awesome. I mean, what are you missing? Nothing. Who cares? So what am I trying to say through all my fascinating stories and babble about the first day of school? Just make the best of it. I mean, it's like the first day of anything. First day of marriage, first day at the job, first sexual encounter. I mean, you're gonna, see some surprises, some things that, you wouldn't expect to happen. Some things you got to, just embrace for the first time and say, hey, okay, that's cool. That's it. That's all the first day of school is. I don't know. People make such a big deal out of this. Who cares? I remember when they had all these commercials about like, paper and pencils. I don't know. People don't even use that shit anymore. I mean, it's bad for trees. But I'm just saying, just take your time. I mean, I'd love to tell you that life will get better. I mean, maybe it will, maybe it won't. I don't know. I cannot tell you. I don't know. Some parts of it will be good. Some parts of it will be bad. But the first day of school will definitely be one of those situations where you just gotta keep an eye on everything and make sure that you enjoy it to the fullest. Because it could be shit, could be great. Either way, you still gotta go to school. Get at least a high school diploma. I'm not going to even tell you should go to the first day of college or university or whatever. I mean, yourself better than anybody will ever know you. more than your parents, more than your friends. You just know what the right thing to do is. And the first day of school, it doesn't determine how the rest of the school year is going to go. It really doesn't. You make a bad first impression, who cares? You just keep going. Make sure you finish, and that's it. But again, I can't stress this enough. If you get into a fight with someone, just kick them right in the balls. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. I'm telling you, like, a lot of people consider that a dirty move. I don't give a shit. If the guy's bigger than you, kick him in the balls. Kick him twice. I don't give a shit. All right? It'll get you out of a jam. Trust me. Okay, now that the Malaka here has taught you how to survive school, or more accurately, the first day of school, and so on and so on, let's talk about some movies that refer to the first day of school. Now, I'm not going to lie to you. I went down a couple of these lists here, and they're just basically school movies. I mean, they got really nothing to do with the first day of school. I was looking for very specific themes here and movies, but I got nothing. Okay, so I mean, I got Kindergarten Cop here, funny movie. It's got nothing to do with the first day of school. Nothing. I mean, he goes in there, the first time teacher or whatever, and deals with the first school, whatever. But it doesn't. It's just Arnold being Arnold, man. That's it. You know. Other movies, you know, Breakfast Club, great movie. But again, what does it have to do with the first day of school? Obviously, these people did some shit before they got suspended. Which, by the way, I don't think. I mean, in the States, they have this where it's like a Saturday detention. I don't think they have it anymore in the States. I mean, I don't know if it's because of this movie. I don't know if it's because they can't afford shit anymore. Who knows? But again, these guys did some shit before, so it couldn't be in the first day of school, okay? And I just want to go on record and say The Breakfast Club is the best teen movie of all time, okay? I said it, okay? I don't give a shit if you're 10, 20, 69. Watch this movie. It is excellent. Mean Girls, I wasn't a fan of it. Moving on. Footloose, I'm not going to lie, I love Kevin Bacon. I saw this movie a couple years ago. I'm not going to lie, I lost a little respect for him. You know, I've heard that even he's sick of this movie. Like, he'll go to weddings. People will see him. He'll pay the DJ $20. Look, don't play the fucking song. I don't blame him. So, there you go. Again, sorry, I want to go back to Mean Girls. I just couldn't get into it, okay? I love Tina Fey. I think she's awesome. I think Lindsay Lohan, you know, I think to this day, Lindsay Lohan still has a chance of being a big-time actress. I mean, she could, like, pull a Robert Downey Jr. in a sense, because the talent is there, but I don't know. Let's see what happens. Ferris Bueller's Day Off, another classic. But again, it has nothing to do with the first day of school. He skipped at the end, didn't he? I mean, that was the whole point there. A great movie, great fucking movie. No one's ever gonna doubt that one. Okay, I'm very glad they never made a sequel. You don't make sequels to classics. Okay, that's it. Grease. No, this isn't the first day. You see, this isn't. I don't know. This is like Travolta. Another excuse for him to dance. I heard originally Henry Winkler was offered the role and he turned it down because he was on Howard Stern and he said that he was originally offered the role and he regrets turning it down because he asked him like, what role do you regret turning down? So, but yeah, I mean, is this a first day of school movie? No, I don't know. To this day, I still have no idea. I mean, they float in the sky with the car. I mean, I don't know. The rumor is that they died maybe in a car crash. I don't. Fuck it. 16 Candles, another John Hughes classic. Awesome. To this day, there's one scene in the movie where it would absolutely not fly for today's standards. Millennials always point that out. And by the way, yes, I am aware that I am a millennial. I'm a first-year millennial, but we'll get into that another time. But yeah, great movie. I don't give a shit what anybody says. I fucking love it. Okay, You guys gotta stop being so sensitive, okay? It's just a fucking movie. Relax. Fast Times at Ridgemont High. Awesome movie. Again, they dealt with a lot of serious situations, but it's a silly movie at the same time. Another classic. I love it. 10 Things I Hate About You. I remember renting this movie down the street and getting, I believe, what it was called, a VHS. And again, I will explain to you one day what that is to people listening that are under the age of 15. And this is a really good movie. I have to admit, like, something about this movie, I don't know, like even at the time, like, I don't think it made a lot of money, but it had a lot of, like, people that, created their careers here, I mean, Heath Ledger was really cool in it. Gordon Levitt's cool. Julia Stiles, she's cool in it. It's just a neat little movie. I liked it. I thought it was pretty cool. I think to this day, people still like do that classic scene where Heath Ledger's like singing the Frankie Valli song, in the stands there. I think people still like act that shit out. So it tells you it kind of became like a cult classic later. And for a lot of movies, I mean, like I said before, I probably mentioned this in the past, but like that's what's cool about like certain movies is like they didn't make a lot of money at their time, but later on they just become a huge hit on video. So Election, again, I don't think it's a first day of school movie. I understand the theme here, guys. I don't get it. Like, this is a good movie, don't get me wrong. Election it's a very well acted movie, but again, it's got nothing to do with first day of school. I don't know. Me and Earl and the Dying Girl. A lot of people probably have not heard about this movie. This is an excellent movie. And I'm not going to lie to you. I was a little sad at the end of the movie, but I won't give anything away. Dead Poet Society, classic, Robin Williams. You can never lose with him. We miss you, buddy. That's a great movie. Harry Potter and the Sorcerer. Really? This is I mean, okay, yeah, it's their first day of. Fuck, I don't. Whatever. Rushmore. Great movie. Great movie. One of probably Wes Anderson's best movie he did. Probably all around great cast of people. Again, I guess. I guess first day of university, college, whatever. Yeah, the one dude, he likes the teacher, and then Bill Murray likes the teacher too, and they're duking it out, young versus old, I guess, whatever. But it was excellent movie. One of my faves, Animal House. Now, this movie literally has nothing to do with the first day of school. Nothing. But I'm going to tell you something right now. If anybody ever badmouths this movie in front of me or just in my vicinity, I will beat the shit out of you. I don't care. I'm saying it on the podcast. If anybody talks bad about this movie, you're done. I'm telling you that right now. I've had the pleasure to party at one of the chapters in Toronto. I think it's just outside St. George Station, one of the chapters of the Animal House. There's like 134 or something. And I didn't even know that at the time. I was shit-faced, but that kind of did wake me up when the person told me that. And I believed him. I really did. And this movie is excellent. Again, I don't care if you're 10, 20, 68 plus 1. It doesn't matter. You have to see this movie. It is one of the best comedies of all time. Plain and simple. And that's pretty much the list. Although, come on. You really thought I was going to end the podcast without mentioning this movie? No, come on. You're a little stupid. You probably think the world is flat too. Okay. Anyways, probably the best back to school movie is what I just said, Back to School, starring the late great Rodney Dangerfield. Now, if you don't know who Rodney Dangerfield is, you can go fuck yourself right now, okay? He is one of the best comedians of all time. One of the funniest people of all time. This man is a god to me. Once again, Rodney Dangerfield, Animal House, Caddyshack, Slapshot, Pasta. If you mention anything bad about any of the things I just listed, you got an ass whipping coming to you. Okay. So let's see what Wikipedia, the free encyclopedia, has to say about Back to School. Back to School is a 1986 American comedy film starring Rodney Dangerfield, Keith Gordon, Sally Killerman, Burt Young, Terry Farrell, William Zabka, Neb Beatty, Sam Kinison, Paxton Whitehead, and Robert Downey Jr. And it was directed by Alan Metter. I just want to stop there for a second. This is an excellent cast. Now, I'm sure if you're a younger generation, you probably don't know a lot of these people. Okay? I'll just say this, though. Everyone probably knows right now Robert Downey Jr. as Iron Man. He's set his foot into the Marvel Universe as one of the best superheroes of all time. We all know that. But when the 80s hit, he was in a bunch of movies. He was known in the group called, the Brat Pack, which was all the dudes from, Breakfast Club, 16 Candles, Pretty in Pink, all those fuckers, okay? And, he, stirred up a little shit. He was a bit of a wild kid, whatever, but the talent was there. If you watch him in this movie, he fucking kills it, okay? He's the best friend of, like Rodney Dangerfield has a son in the movie, and Robert Downey Jr. plays his best friend. And in every scene this guy is in, he looks different. Now let me explain. The clothing, the hair, like, if you could think of, if I could think of one character that represents just the style of the 80s, in the 80s, it's Robert Downey Jr. in Back to School. That's right. I had to build a suspense there because you have to check out at one point, he's wearing this coat and it's got like little speakers on it. I mean, this was like at the time I was like, this is fucking crazy. Like, this is the coolest fucking guy ever. But then back then, this guy was considered a nerd, So now, like, you got, all the trends coming back, like the 80s, 90s and all this shit, I haven't seen this many kids with flat tops since The Fresh Prince. I mean, this is insane. But again, guys, I encourage anybody, if you're a teenager today, check out this movie, Back to School. Just for Robert Downey Jr. alone, just to see like all the shit he's wearing, all the fucking different dye jobs he's gotten. That I mean, the guy's phenomenal, But anyways, the plot centers around a wealthy but uneducated father, played by Rodney Dangerfield, who goes to college to show solidarity with his discouraged son, Jason, played by Keith Gordon, and learns that he cannot buy an education or happiness. Author Kurt Vonnegut has a cameo as himself, as does the band Oingo. Oh shit! Oh yeah. These guys were 80s as fuck. Oingo Boingo. I think I said. You know what? I didn't say this shit right back then. I'm not saying it right now. Whose frontman Danny Elfman composed the score for the film. Now again, if you don't know who the fuck Danny Elfman is, Google that guy, because that guy's done every great score from the beginning of the world till now. And I totally forgot he was because I knew that dude looked familiar. Yeah. So anyways, the University of Wisconsin-Madison was used as the backdrop for the movie, although it was called Grand Lakes University. The diving scenes were filmed at the since demolished Industry Hills Aquatic Club in the city of Industry, California. Now, again, I don't want to give a lot of this movie away. I mean, this is just a good party movie, fun movie. It's got a couple life lessons in there. It's just really good. It's awesome. And the whole point of the diving scene, again, I don't want to give anything away, but he does this crazy dive at the end with the diving boards, and just a whole bunch of awesome shit. And there's a great scene at the end, and again, I don't want to give it away. I don't. Like I said before, William Zabka, who is the bad guy in all the Karate Kid movies, the blonde kid who now, if you got a chance to see Cobra Kai on the TV shows aired on YouTube there, I mean, if you're a fan of Karate Kid, check out Cobra Kai. That's an awesome show as well. So this is a great movie, man. I mean, it just makes me laugh. And again, this is an actual movie about a guy going back to school, and it's fucking called Back to School. One thing I did know about the movie, it says here, before the end credits, the message "For Estelle, thanks for so much" is shown. This is a dedication to Estelle Endler, one of the executive producers of the film who died during filming. She was Rodney Dangerfield's longtime manager who helped him get into films such as Caddyshack. What I tell you guys, and I'll tell you girls before, okay? Make the connections when you're young. So, like, again, you don't know. Listen, you don't know if you're sitting next to the next Elvis or Bill Gates, okay? But just, you know, you don't know. Could be the next Kendrick Lamar. Could be the next Taylor Swift. Who the fuck knows? Just make friends with everybody. I'm telling you, it's, you know, be neutral. Be neutral. If you're in a position or a thing in the car there, neutral. Boom, that's it. And worst case, even if you can't stand neutral, you can't just sit there for 2 seconds and just analyze the situation. Again, kick them in the balls. Or worst case scenario, you get upset, call Burt Young, who, again, is fucking awesome and Back to School. He'll go up to the guy and say, "You got a problem?" No, I don't have a problem." "Now you do." And that's it. He'll beat the shit out of him. Boom, that's it. God, I should have been a teacher. The point is, first day of school will always be weird. It'll always be a little rough. You know, it's just, you're starting something new, and you're young, and you don't know what the fuck is going on yet. You don't know how the real world works. You're just looking in front of your phone on the computer, and you know, you think you can threaten somebody or verbally or physically, and it doesn't exist. Did you dickheads not learn anything from Tekashi 6ix9ine? Enough said. Oh, by the way, if you see someone who looks like Tekashi 6ix9ine in your classroom, don't become friends with him. If anything, don't even wait for him to say hello. Literally, just kick him right in the balls and kick him square one for me too. Okay? So that's it. Class dismissed. Don't you forget about me. Once again, if school is your thing, then cool, go for it. If it's not, I'm not saying don't go to school, but again, just get your high school diploma, at least. It's rough out there. I know people that go to university for 4 years and then they gotta move back with their parents, you know? And then the parents resent their kid, and they also don't like the way schools are being treated with not as much funding and, you know, not enough room for people to have an education and even have a place to sit in the class, and people got to stand up and they got to put up with the shitty cafeteria food, and it sucks. But just do it. Just finish school. I said la 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 la. Okay, enough of that shit. Just do me a favor. Get your ass to class and try to enjoy the first day of school.